Hi guys and happy Monday. We are back with the wonderful Manchester's finest, still in our Feel Good Club newsroom to bring you guys some positive news. And unfortunately, after last night's news, you're going to have us for a few more weeks.
But that being said, we are so grateful that we get to come here every single week and bring you the best positive news that's going on in Manchester. So if you just tuned in for the first time, and you don't know us, I'm Kira, this is Amy, and this is Juno, yeah, how could I forget? We are the founders of Feel Good Club, two wives on a mission to support you in becoming your best and happiest self and normalise the conversation around mental health and feelings in general. So we're going to start off this week's positive news as we do every week and thank those who can't tune in tonight, and that is of course our amazing key workers, those in the NHS who are saving lives and those who are out there keeping our country turning. Thank you so much to all of you. We are so grateful. And we're going to start our positive news with a little bit of positivity from us and a little celebration from us. Last week, Amy and I signed an investment to bring on a partner to Feel Good Club, which is going to allow us to bring our dream for Feel Good Club to life. It's going to be based in Manchester. We can't say too much yet, but it's going to be giving people the support of what we can offer as a brand and as a community. So keep your eyes peeled over on our Instagram, which is @WeAreFeelGoodClub, so you can follow our journey and be the first to know what's happening when it's announced.
I'm so excited. But first up, we wanted to start off with the wonderful news from Manchester's finest and obviously everybody else who was involved in Feed Our Heroes. On Thursday, they did the massive man quiz and oh my God.
Was unreal.
We did not stop laughing for like 2 hours or however long it was.
Louis, congratulations, you've just won. That is bonkers because we don't even know what it is, but I feel like it's a brilliant bit of Manchester memorabilia.
Hits Radio presenter Hattie Pearson
absolutely smashed it. Hilarious in the amazing Amoda apartments.
And that quiz actually raised £400 on that night. So congratulations to Feed Our Heroes. In total, so far, they've raised over £13,000.
Absolutely brilliant.
So massive shout out to obviously Manchester's finest and everybody else who is involved in Feed Our Heroes.
Well done, guys.
Of course, as well, on Friday, it was VE Day, 75 years of the anniversary. And it was just incredible to see, when me and Kira was walking Juno down the streets, it was just incredible to see all the flags and the colours out.
Yeah,
it really did boost our morale up a little bit, didn't it? But not only that, it was lovely to see people like doing street parties from a distance,
yeah,
of
the
course.
most important thing.
Me and Kira,
it was great to see how sensible people were being.
Yeah, me and Kira have actually lived in our house for 4 years this month, and we know one of our neighbours.
Before all this, we were never at home.
We was never at home.
All over the place, so.
But we actually sat in our gardens, everybody did, and we all got to say hi and stuff. So it was just really nice to have a sense of community during these difficult times. But one family during VE Day went one step further and decided to change their front garden skip into an actual tank.
Absolute dedication.
So absolutely that was incredible.
Brilliant.
That brought me a lot of positivity when I saw it. So we really wanted to share it.
Next up, we've got the amazing Canopy Stars. They are incredible. If you haven't heard of them, go and follow them on Instagram. They are brilliant. We've been on quite a few Canopy Stars holidays now, and they basically have the most amazing and unique spaces all across the country. They've got farmhouses, barns, they've got tree houses, cabins, they've got igloo things. They've got the most amazing spaces.
We stayed in one a few months ago, didn't we? And it was a whole barn. You had your own outside.
It was supposed to be a wedding venue, and you can just have it for 2 people. It's just absolutely unreal. It was Juno's first holiday as well. Where is she? There she is.
And they've actually done a campaign and teamed up with Days.
They have, and what they are doing is absolutely amazing. They are donating breaks to our NHS heroes. So they're giving away over 200 two-night stays in some of the most amazing locations.
Not just one night, 2 nights.
2 nights,
but
not just that. They're going even further. They are giving away £25,000 worth of Canopy Stars vouchers to an additional 500 staff, NHS staff and key workers, to make sure that they are getting the break that they deserve after all of this. And wow, do they deserve a break? And wow, are they in for a treat when they go to a Canopy Stars?
That is so lovely.
Venue. But members of the public can nominate your NHS heroes over on the Days website. So go over to sawdays.co.uk and nominate the people that you think deserve this break so much.
It's actually been randomly picked on the 2nd of June. So you've got up to the 2nd of June to pick your nomination. Next up, we've got Hits Radio. They've got a campaign, obviously, what majority of people in Manchester have heard of, called Cash for Kids. They've been doing all sorts during lockdown to help raise money. But this time, they've decided to do a T-shirt, and it is such a lovely T-shirt.
It's so cute, isn't it?
It's a rainbow with like hands underneath clapping, obviously representing the rainbow and the NHS staff. And each T-shirt is £14.99 with £9 going towards the charity that helps families obviously affected by COVID-19. If you head over to Zavvi.com and put in the search bar Cash for Kids, the T-shirts will come up. There's women's and men's, and it's just another way obviously to keep pushing, keep supporting the NHS and obviously the families that have been supported. Next up, we've got one of my favourite artists. It's Dave Draws. If you've been to any coffee house in Chorlton or Northern Quarter or anywhere in Manchester, basically, you would have seen
his
doodles. They're incredible. There's always like maps of like Chorlton or Manchester and Salford. But this time Dave decided that he wanted to do his bit for the NHS, and he's done a huge doodle map of all the NHS hospitals in Manchester. It even goes a step further to Stepping Hill in Stockport and the Royal in Bolton. So it's a huge map, obviously all representing the NHS hospitals, and 100% of this profit goes to the NHS charities. There's loads of different sizes like A4s, A5s, and I think it ranges from £25 up to £45. So it's incredible. A massive shout out to Dave, and please, if you're interested in showing your support, then head over to @DaveDraws on Instagram, or his shop on his website, which is also Dave Draws, where you can actually buy these prints.
We can't wait to get one, can we?
I'm so excited.
So next up, we've got the lovely Chester Zoo. I remember weeks and weeks and weeks ago in our first positive news, we actually mentioned Chester Zoo.
It feels like back in January.
It does feel like that long ago, doesn't it? Oh God. But Chester Zoo, we mentioned them first because they had started live streaming their enclosures so that you could have a day out at the zoo from your own home. And
we've not done it 20 times.
Constantly on Chester Zoo. But obviously, there's a lot out at the moment about how badly the zoos are struggling, but there's one thing that they can't stop, and that is nature. So there's so many new baby animals been born, which is just amazing and brings a smile to your face anyway. And they've recently at Chester Zoo just had a family of baby penguins born, which is absolutely adorable. And they've decided to name all of these new baby penguins after NHS heroes. So you've got some that are named Florence after Florence Nightingale, you've got Thomas after St Thomas's Hospital, and lots more. So it's just a beautiful little thing to bring a smile to your face. How can new baby animals not bring a smile to your face? So well done, Chester Zoo.
It's amazing. It's just another way of supporting our NHS and just keeping the morale up. So you shout to Chester Zoo. Next up, we've got the wonderful Helen Williams, who is a 41-year-old lady with Down syndrome and autism. She's decided that she's going to do her own campaign after seeing Captain Tom Moore. I keep forgetting his name. How can I forget Captain Tom Moore's name?
Captain Tom Moore.
It's because I think about him every single day. But basically, she was inspired by Captain Tom Moore, and she's now decided to do her own campaign where she's going to do 21,000 steps over 21 days in her back garden. She actually lives with her sister in Altrincham, who is a local GP, and she's going to do that in the back garden. And it's just a lovely, lovely campaign.
She's absolutely smashed it as well.
She smashed it. Her target was £300. And so far, she's got up to £4,500.
Absolutely brilliant.
She's even got support from Manchester United with
getting messages from some of the players, isn't she?
Some of the players are sending a personal message just to tell her to keep carrying on, and it's just incredible. So please, if you can, head over to Helen Williams' GoFundMe page. If you Google it, it'll come up, and just show your support. It's just incredible.
It is. Well done, Helen. Absolutely smashed it. Next up, if you've been around town recently on your daily exercise, we unfortunately haven't, because it's not somewhere that we can walk because we're a little bit further out. But we are absolutely missing the buzz of the city centre, aren't we? Especially Northern Quarter. But you may have seen all of the bars and restaurants who are putting the most amazing messages of support where they've had to board up their windows. And this week we're talking about Tib Street Tavern. We cannot wait to get back there for a pint.
We can taste it. When you said Tib Street Tavern, I could taste the pint inside my mouth.
But they have done the same. They have painted all of their outdoor boarding to show messages of support for the NHS, saying and key workers, big signs saying I love NHS. But one of the signs is actually doing something to help the public, the passers-by who might be reading the signs, and they have got so many numbers of different charities in Manchester that can help. So the Samaritans, they've got abuse helpline numbers, and Shelter, obviously the homeless charity, to help passers-by, which I just think is a lovely, lovely gesture. You don't know who's going to be walking past that day and who needs to see that number, who needs to have that reminder of that support. So a huge well done to Tip Streets Haven. Once this is over, we are definitely going to be coming past for a pint.
And we're showing our support, 100%.
We will.
But next up, I feel like every single week we're talking about United We Stream.
We're obsessed with United We Stream.
But you have to, because they're just making it bigger and better every single week. Sasha has absolutely smashed it when it comes to this. But not only are they bringing us like gigs from our living room, bringing us amazing quizzes, etc. But now they've gone one step further and decided to bring us some Manchester merch. They have teamed up with a brand called Smiley, and they've done t-shirts and hoodies with a huge yellow smiley face on the front of it, with one eye being replaced with a B, and underneath it says, "Don't worry, be happy."
Classic.
Do you get it?
Absolute.
Do you get it? Classic.
Absolute classic.
But obviously these t-shirts are absolutely amazing, and not only now can we be partying in our living rooms, we can also be partying with our merch on as well. And 100% of the profits go to all the charities that are involved with United We Stream. So massive shout out once again to them guys. They're absolutely killing it. Next up, we've got Fable Yoga, which is a Manchester-based brand. It is yoga mats, which are eco-friendly. They're absolutely incredible.
They're beautiful.
They've only been launched like about 3 or 4 months. And obviously with COVID now, obviously small brands are being affected. But they thought, they're going to give back and do their bit. So tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They announced the winner of their giveaway, which was up to £300 worth of prizes, including a yoga mat. But now, last week and this week, they're also doing donation-based yoga classes with some of the top yoga instructors in Manchester.
Absolutely amazing.
It's all donation-based, and all the profits are going to the ICU Society.
That charity helps the mental health of frontline workers, and it helps fund vital research and bereaved families. So a huge, huge well done to Fable Yoga. We absolutely have loved watching the streams and the yoga classes. So well done. And if you want to get involved, head over to @FableYoga on Instagram. So for our final piece of positive news this week, we've got a story from a local.
It makes me smile.
I know, it makes me smile even just about to say it. It's from our friend Beth, who is the founder of Green and Wild. But every single year, for as long as Beth can remember, she has gone to Glastonbury with a huge group of 20 of her best mates. Obviously, this year it's been cancelled, so Beth and the rest of the hundreds of thousands, we actually didn't end up getting a ticket, but I am absolutely gutted for everybody because Glastonbury is one of the biggest things in our calendar.
And it was the 50th year anniversary.
I know. So what Beth has decided to do to cheer up her friends this weekend just gone was to create Glastonbury. So she actually sent out, absolute genius, sent out in the post tickets that look exactly like the...
They even had like the shimmery variation.
Don't know how she did it, but she's a genius.
And the photos on it.
She had a poster made where she recreated the Glastonbury lineup with names from her friends.
They had knockoff artist names like Steezy or something.
She basically changed her friends' names and paired them up with artist names to recreate a poster. She sent out wristbands which had VIP Glastonbury on them, and she got everyone to dress up in their best festival fancy dress. Each part of the day had a challenge, so they started off having 15 minutes to build their own tent, which they had to spend the rest of the day in. They then had drinking games, so if you lost, you had to drink out of your festival welly. They had karaoke, someone had 15 minutes to dress up as a drag queen. All of the games were personalised to the memories that group of friends had at the many Glastonburys that they have been to together. So it's safe to say that Beth and 20 of her friends are still in bed right now, nursing their Glastonbury hangover, but absolutely incredible. It brought a smile to our faces watching it from afar.
Incredible.
And it also an idea there to cheer up your mates as well. So if you're doing anything like that that's a little bit different virtually on Zoom to cheer up your friends, then please do share it with us because it is absolutely amazing. And thanks again for tuning in. That's all from us. Stay safe, stay home, and keep positive because it's all that we have right now and it's so important.
And we're all in this together. Please don't forget, if you ever need us, even not during obviously the positive news, afterwards, please head over to our Instagram, drop us a DM. We're always here. But as always,
stay safe.
Stay safe.
Lots of love.
Stay home, stay alert.
Just stay home and be safe.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.